Hello and welcome to the Marine Channel. Now we're down at the Palma International Boat Show. Last year we came down and we looked at this boat. We looked at two. This is a Girbau, the 28, and then just over there behind the people you can see there's the 30. We got a call from Girbau to say they're doing a world premiere of their new boat, the G38. So we jumped at the opportunity. I'm going to show you it here. It's a very distinctive looking boat. I think it's beautiful, frankly. I even love the colour of the hull. And one of the things that's very distinct about Girbau is the kind of teak that we've got here. Now this is actually a synthetic teak. You can have it with, if you like, real teak or synthetic. This, in real life, looks absolutely fantastic. I hope it comes across on the camera. The beauty of this system, obviously, is you haven't got the kind of maintenance you'd have with, if you like, real teak. And you can even see there's a grain to it and everything. Anyway, it looks spectacular. You'll see it all the way around the boat. So this is the G38. It's the biggest boat they've ever built. Girbau, a Spanish factory, Spanish manufacturer. They're a relatively new boat builder, but they're very experienced in terms of the team that they've got there. So this really does, as we go around the boat, this will really come across as being obvious. So let's step aboard this beauty. Now this has got a hydraulic high-low platform with a 500 kilo weight limit on it. So you can see here the tender would be able to sit on there. If you don't have this hydraulic platform, then you've got the option of a seakeeper system for stabilisation. So again, depending where you would use the boat, it would be your preference. Very easy to get on board. Obviously we've got this nice big transom gate here, and we've got this lovely, very sociable kind of wraparound seating area. And what we've got on the left-hand side, on the port side, we've got this table in place. Obviously, that can be mirrored on the starboard side as well. So you can have two tables there, and then you can walk through in between. Interestingly, talking to the team, this table, because it's quite large, will actually stow in underneath these seats. So I'll show you over this side, because we've got very, very large lockers in here, which are full of boat show stuff at the moment, but the tables will actually disappear in underneath there. And similarly, we've got space under there. You can see this sort of ridge here. So the other thing that you can do is you can actually take the table out and lower that down, and you can create a massive, massive sun pad area here. So you can imagine you can have two wonderful sun pads. Controls for high-low platform down here, and there's also a remote controller for that as well. Talk about the engines. There's a choice of Yanmar power. This has got twin 370s. They're located under here. So I'm going to lift that hatch up through the magic of television and tell you a little bit about that. So here we are looking into the engine bay. We've got Yanmar power. So this is the most powerful installation, 370 horsepower. You can also get 350 and 320. They're all 8-cylinder engines. Really nice, neat installation. We've got our batteries there under the sole, just behind the strut there. Over here we've got our generator, and then down around to the left is our water heater. And right below us, don't feel too dizzy, that's our hydraulics for the swim platform. Now one of the other things that really impressed me was, yes, we got good access, we can do our daily checks, we can see our filters and so forth there, but you can see there on the port side of this engine, you can see like a big fiberglass wall. Well, that's actually the storage compartment that sits underneath these seat cushions. So when you remove those, you've got space there for covers and cushions and bits and pieces, which is great. However, on most boats, that's moulded in place, so that remains there for the life of the boat, which means that access to that side of the engine is very difficult. However, the guys at Girbau have thought about that, and what they've done is they've made those, if you like, storage areas removable. So you can actually take that out, and that's on both sides. So on the port side, you can see there on the starboard side as well. And it means you can get access all the way around these motors, which I think is brilliant. And it's not something I've come across before. Certainly on my own boat, if I wanted to get access to certain parts of it, I'd literally have to cut out the fiberglass that was moulded from factory when it was new. So this is really thinking ahead. Very clever stuff indeed. So one of the other things worth pointing out is as we said, this one's got the hydraulic platform. There's the option to have a seakeeper system. That would sit down there. So you can't have seakeeper and hydraulic platform because there isn't quite enough space. But what's fantastic is if you have the seakeeping system installed, you can actually get to the Jenny and remove that should you need to without having to remove the seakeeper system. So again, packaging and sort of thinking ahead, the kind of jobs that you might need to do later in life on the boat have been made very, very possible through some really clever design. So we like that very much. Okay, so let's move on from the engine compartment. This is very much a sociable kind of warm weather boat. So the kitchen for this boat is actually above decks, and this is this area here. Again, we can see all this teak finish. Now this is actually, if you like, real teak. So some bits on this boat, like these cupboard and this lid here, are real teak. Some of the hatches and bits and pieces, but the other bits that we can see around the place, that's the synthetic teak. But it all works together really, really nicely. So what have we got here? We've got a gas hob. We've got our sink, of course. We've got our preparation area here, and we've got a fridge. You can have an electric hob if you prefer that. And then we've got some neat storage here. So we've got a cutlery drawer. We've also got our plates and bits and pieces in here, and then a little bit more storage on the right hand side. There's also some additional refrigeration. So here under the seating on both sides, you've got a couple of drawers where you can fit that in. So a really nice area. We're under this kind of T-top design at the moment, which gives a little bit of shade. And then this, which is an option, is this extended kind of bimini. So we've got a couple of carbon fibre poles either side, and this just zips in. And you can also add at the side some covers here. So they will go down, they will attach to the handrail behind the seats here. And you can actually enclose this whole area and make it nice and snug if the weather kind of closes in, or you want to extend it on a perhaps a cooler autumn evening or early spring. But it's a really lovely, lovely space. Now, move up here to the helm. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here because I was really impressed. The guys were showing me through all the systems on this boat. So we've got twin Garmin multifunction display screens. On the right hand side here, we've got that set up for navigation. On the left hand side here, the guys from Girbau actually manipulate or reprogram some of the features within the app. So there's an app on here that means we can configure this in pretty much any way that we want. So for example, if I press this button, this will give me access to all the lighting areas. So I can turn things on, I can turn things off. I can also check state of charge. I can check water levels and all that kind of good stuff there. You can see here as I turn you can see the rudder there moving. I've got the horn operation. All these things are ultimately configurable, and this is what the factory does. And what it means is that we can get all the displays and the readouts that we want and still have our navigation over there. What have we got down here? We've got twin throttles, obviously, of course. We've got a chain counter. We've got our Garmin monitor, Yanmar as well. Zip wake system, so we can put that into the auto mode, and that'll look after the pitch of the boat. This is also very, very clever. So this joystick control, now this has got engines that are on shafts, but what this does is effectively it takes over the operation of that. So I can use this to be able to turn the boat rather than using, if you like, over here. If you've ever helmed a boat where you've got shafts and you've got twin engines, you would traditionally push one forward and one back, and that kind of makes the boat rotate. It's possible, but it's a little bit fiddly. With this Yanmar system, effectively, that's doing all the stuff that those controls would do, but it's doing it in a much simpler way. So in other words, you kind of just command this and tell it what you want the boat to do, and it will do that as well. You can also, down here, you can see there's a thruster button. So if I press that thruster button, then this becomes my thruster operation. So I can basically move forward and back, I can rotate, I can do all that kind of good stuff. So very, very simple, very, very straightforward. Lots of teak around here as well, just feels nice. Little wireless charging device in there. It's just a lovely place to be, and a lovely view out over the front there. And it does feel kind of very secure. So I know we've got this bit here that's open, but the screen's quite high. I'm sat and I feel really safe. I've got nice big areas around me, and it really does feel a lovely place to kind of helm from. So let's go down below. I will go out to the front, and I will finish up on the bow a little bit later, but let's go downstairs, because this being the biggest Girbau they've built, they've got quite significant upgrade in terms of space down here. So down into the saloon. Now again, talking to the guys from Girbau, this design was configured for the owner of this boat. They are exploring different configurations here, so I think the next boat they're building is actually going to have sort of a U-shape seating area here and a table in there, so all these little things are possible. And then when we look back at our staircase here, so for example, again on the latest boat, this area here is going to be curved more to liberate a little bit of space when you come down the stairs. And we've got lots of storage in there for glasses and whatnot. And then if we move forward, this is our master. I do love the colour palette in here. It's very light, it's very airy. Nice flat floor, pretty good headroom. I'm nearly 6 foot tall, and I can stand up just in the lobby area. A little bit lower down over the bed, but it's still very, very nice. Plenty of space. Good natural light. Obviously we've got a porthole up there. At the moment that's got a sun pad over the top, so we're not going to look out of there. But and then we've got some storage here. And this sort of pocket door design is really clever, because obviously when they're across like that, we've got privacy. But when we pull them back, they disappear into the side here, so we don't have to worry about doors opening and taking up lots and lots of space. Somebody's phone is ringing. It's not mine. It's not mine. Okay, so you can see nice big kind of lobby area. I'm going to show you the heads here. So there's one bathroom on this boat, but it's a really good size. And being located where it is, it's very accessible for, you know, during the day for guests, and also obviously at night for the cabins down here. So we'll step in there. Loads of headroom in here, full standing headroom, nice big shower. It's a wet room, but it's a good size wet room, particularly on a boat this kind of size. And then we can see there we've got a toilet, lots of storage down here again. Nice porcelain bowl, handheld shower, very, very nice. We'll step back out here, because there's more to see. There's more to see. So over here we've got a microwave. So we've said that the cookery is going to happen mostly up on deck. We have got the ability to do a little bit of stuff down here. There's another fridge down here as well. So we've got plenty of refrigeration. And then we'll step into our aft cabin, which is a bit of a revelation, I think. So really good size. Set up here as a twin, but you can see there's the infill cushions, so this could be a double. Very clever use of lighting here, so it doesn't feel at all dark. It feels very, very light. There's no door between here and the main saloon, but actually if you're a family, that's an incredibly sociable design, because you can imagine kind of the kids in bed, you can talk to one another, you can shout to one another, you can keep in contact, and you can feel like a family. Again, lots of storage in here. So all the sort of pans and bits and pieces you can use for cooking upstairs are stored down here. Or if you're not cooking, you can put other bits and pieces in there. We've got towels and stuff, and then we've got our electrical panel in there for all our switchgear. So there you go. So it's a really nice space down here. It just feels really open and sort of, I don't know, happy, positive. Really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, we will hop back up, and I'm going to take you out onto the bow to finish up. You can see lovely big wide walkways here. I am in love with this synthetic teak as well. And we've got this very lovely sun pad area right up the front here. And just looking back across the boat, it's a handsome looking thing, isn't it? So yeah, well done to the whole team at Girbau. I really loved the 28 and the 30 last year when I saw it for the first time. When we got the invitation here to look at the 38, I was super excited. But of course, till you see something, you never really know. But I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Prices wise, around about the 450,000 euros plus VAT. Depends on your spec. Depends if you want things like the hydraulic platform at the back, or you want seakeepers or whatever. This boat that we're on is 480,000 euros. So gives you an idea. We'll put a link below to the website and so forth. If you haven't subscribed, can I ask you, please, if you're still watching, please subscribe and also hit the alert button so that we can let you know every time we release a new video. Thank you very much for that. Keep watching the Marine Channel. Thanks very much to the team at Girbau. Absolutely lovely boat. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.